Hey, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to this week's Wi-Fi Wednesday. My name is Kevin Z, founder and CEO of My Wi-Fi Networks, and we meet here on Facebook Live each and every week to talk about the latest in Wi-Fi marketing. And I want to mention off the top, as far as these Wi-Fi Wednesdays go, all the archives, every time I do these, the video is inside the Facebook private group under the video section on the left. But what we're actually doing is, from day one, we've been doing this for a few years now, we're going to take every single session right from the beginning, and we're going to take them all and throw them onto probably YouTube. So you can all view all of these videos whenever you want in an easier fashion, not always just in Facebook, but also on YouTube. So it's a lot of great knowledge, a lot of great training we've done over the years, and we're about to share all that. So make sure you check it out. I'll let you know as soon as that's live. Talking about this week, obviously, COVID is still here. It looks like it's here to stay. So a lot of you guys, who are at home thinking quarantine, this might actually last for a long time. Might be always a somewhat, I wouldn't say always a quarantine, but there's going to be like a moment where businesses never really normal, but they're going to call it normal, but it's still going to be kind of weird. I think still businesses are going to slowly open whenever is healthy and safe to do so. I'm a firm believer, like, don't rush things. I think everyone should really wait until things open up and are proper. But business owners are already thinking about their opening day. They don't know when that is per se, but they're already thinking like, yeah, I'm going to open. I might not be at full capacity. But that being said, I have to leverage technology like Wi-Fi marketing at my disposal to collect leads, to collect names, emails, phone numbers, genders, birthdays, all that great data that you can then use to remarket. So make sure you are communicating to your clients currently, letting them know, number one, checking in on them, make sure that they're safe and they're healthy and everything is all good with them and their families. But a quick second is, hey, what's up with your business? Do you guys have any plans for relaunch? Do you have any new strategies you want to implement? Make sure you start that discussion now, because when they open again, they're going to be ready to start spending again. And that's going to help all you guys I know on the call. So like I said, I'm going to stress this every week. For a while, it's never been more important to communicate with your customers via email, SMS, phone number, especially restaurant clients who do restaurant delivery or any kind of local service. We're seeing a lot of like food supplies, a lot of like retailers that are doing delivery now. They're not so much even going through the paid services. They're just hiring one delivery driver to do all their deliveries. It makes a lot of sense. They save a lot of money, and it just helps the economy. So a lot of these clients that you might have already generated emails for them, or you have a list of emails, phone numbers, etc. Call them now, even though their locations might be closed. Stress to them, hey, you've already built a list. Let's start sending emails. Let's send some text messages being like, hey, even just checking in with their clients. These are things you guys got to be doing right now. And moving on as well, we have some new things. So we launched a couple weeks ago some new email editor features. This allows you to do a countdown timer, dynamic images, a lot of really cool things inside that new email editor. And as well, we also launched an email opt-out link. So this is a universal global email opt-out link, and it's valid with the SMTP servers or any email, to be honest, SendGrid as well. Anything that we send for our system now has an opt-out link. And there's two things you need to do to define that. I'm going to share my screen right now and show you guys. So give me just one sec here. One sec, let me get a full screen view. There we go. So I'm just logging into my account here. Your account probably looks very similar. And what I'm going to do here is, there's two sections that we've added this in. So number one, under branding, you're going to notice right at the bottom here, unsubscribe text. So this unsubscribe text is like, click here to unsubscribe, whatever you want your text to be on the bottom of your email. So when that link is put into every single email that's now sent off, you're going to have the option to add unsubscribe text over here. And I encourage you to do so to customize this link. If not, we'll use our generic unsubscribe, just the word. But you can customize what that link is. So you might not want to use unsubscribe. You can say like, don't want any more emails, click here. Whatever you guys want to put there, you can put as the actual hyperlink. And then what you do to enable this and to turn it on is inside apps. It would be enabled through any automation or broadcast. But here specifically, another thing that we added is for the SMTP. So this generic SMTP server is super exciting because now you could use any mail server. Like, a lot of people use Mailgun, or they use your private SMTP server. They use like Google Apps. They use Microsoft servers, like whatever, Amazon. You can use anything you want here as long as it supports SMTP secure authentication. So really easy. You add your app name. You have your username and password from your SMTP server. You put your host, which is typically a URL, as your mail host. Usually it's port 587 to be secure. And here there's two options, which are pretty cool. So you need to have an opt-out mailing address. So every email that goes out needs to have a mailing address. You could have it as the address of your location. You could override it by entering here, or you could click here to make this dynamic. And what this is going to do is take the location for the address of the specific location. So if you're applying this SMTP server, let's say globally, you have one global server, and you're applying this to 5 different accounts, then on the bottom of every email that's sent off for every campaign that's sent from that location, it's going to take that location's address and put it at the bottom of that email. So it's really smart, and it works well. It's completely compliant and legal from an opt-out standpoint, and it's now inserted in all the emails that are sent, in addition to ones that use SMTP. Cool. So that is that. We're going to be adding some more information on that shortly for those who want some more details about how all that works. But we also are adding some new languages. But more importantly, we're translating the entire platform. So if you guys see over here, if I was inside a location center, so let me get out of that. If I'm inside a location center here, and I'll pull up any one of these, I'll go to settings. And I switch my default language to, let's say, French. So previously, everything inside the location center was translated. If you go out, though, to the admin, currently, today, everything's not translated. But in a couple days, probably by next week, everything throughout the entire platform is going to be translated into French, Spanish, Portuguese. We're going to be adding some more languages soon. I know that Italian is requested, Japanese are requested, Arabic was requested. I'm going to reach out to the previous survey we saw, but if you're watching this and you have an urgent language that you want us to translate, please comment on this video below and we'll add it to the list. It's really exciting because now the entire platform, end-to-end, admins included, is all translated. So it's really been localized properly, and this now obviously gives you the ability to reach out to any client anywhere in the world. And another thing here that I want to make sure you all know about is, I'll just switch this back to English, as well in the campaign assignment section. So even for sub-users, in the campaign assignment section, we added a new button here, which is Create Campaign. So I did mention this a few weeks ago, but it is something that is in high demand, especially if you're doing that self-serve model and you have your clients designing their own campaigns. And previously you were limited to having one campaign listed and they could just edit that. That was good, but it wasn't ideal because if they would mess anything up, you couldn't revert back to what you had. So now you can clone a campaign, you can create a new campaign, you can allow the client to have a blank canvas and do whatever they want. So it's really cool, and it also allows you to scale this business easier because sub-user access can now pretty much do anything. They could add their own devices if you let them. They can create their own campaigns if you let them. So, almost, it's completely hands-off. If you have clients or partners that want to add their own hardware and do their own thing, they can very easily come in here and kind of do everything right now. So that is that. And if you have any questions, make sure you reach out. Our brand new support desk is also live. So just again, to reiterate where you visit that, inside your admin platform on the top drop down. And it's important that you go there through here. If not, you'll be kicked out to log in. Here, if you go to support, you'll notice that we now use Zendesk for our knowledge base and our ticketing. You're already pre-authenticated, so you can submit a request if you have something to ask directly to our support team or a specific department. So for example, if you wanted to reach out to somebody on our team for a callback, if you wanted to talk about your finance or your bill, anything about sales, you have a big opportunity you want to talk about, anything about shipping, your device shipping, you want to get a status update, or technical support needs to help you, this will go directly to the right department. And then at any time, you can go in here and see my activities. You can keep track of all your tickets nice and clean. Every topic has a different ticket. You can also check your contributions to our academy or to our community, and you can also see any articles that you're following. The following of articles is particularly cool because our new layout almost allows you to browse our entire support desk like a book. So let's say you wanted to go to, let's say, Get Started, Client Overview. Let's say, this was really interesting to you and you wanted somebody else in your team, or you wanted to just remember to go back to this and reference it. You can just click on Follow. And what this is going to do is add it to your list. So let's say I wanted to look at clients and I also wanted to overview location or analytics. I can follow these two articles and then I can go back to my activities. And I can have like kind of little bookmarks to the articles that I've been following. This also, you can follow community contributions, and it's just a great way for you to kind of be on top of everything that's happening. And that being said, we're always here to support you. Note the new support URL, which is support.mywifinetworks.com. The old one's going to forward over, so that's the place to go if you have any questions whatsoever. And as always, we are here to support you. So please let us know how we can do that. Reach out to support directly or reach out to me if there's anything I can do for you. Thanks again, everyone, for watching live, and thanks if you're watching the replay. Take care and talk soon. Bye-bye.